Good morning, children. Yesterday we were continuing the chapter 2 Nelson Mandela, and we came to know that being born on the land where Nelson Mandela he couldn't fulfill both the duties at a time together. That was the duty towards his family as well as the duty towards his country. So this was the drawback he found being born in the land of South Africa. Okay, so let's continue today. What else Nelson Mandela wants to share through his autobiography, Long Walk for Freedom. So let me continue now and be with me, children. Now, I was not born with a hunger to be free. I was born free in every way that I could know. Free to run in the fields near my mother's hut, free to swim in the clear stream that ran through my village, free to roast maize under the stars and ride the broad backs of slow moving bulls. As long as I obeyed my father and abided by the customs of my tribe, I was not troubled by the laws of man or God. See what he had shared over here. As Nelson Mandela says that he was not born with a hunger to free, means it's very true, children. In basically we see that from the birth onwards, okay, we don't know what is freedom and what is to be free and all, as we just adjust to the environment where we live, where we are brought about, isn't it? So here he also states the same thing, that from his birth onwards he never wanted to be free. But when he got hunger, when he wanted to be free, when he saw all the restrictions and when he grew up, then he wanted to be free. He was born free. So how he was free? Let's know. He says that he was free in every way. He was free for what purpose? As a child, to enjoy everything, as he can run in the fields near his mother's house. He was free to even swim in the very clear stream, means the river or the any water body, okay, that flows through the village where he used to stay. He was even free to roast the mealies. Mealies means to any type of grains, okay, so to roast and eat the grains. And even he enjoyed the ride on the back of the bulls. You might have seen in the village scene how the children, they enjoy their life. They are very free. They sometimes go and enjoy the river bath, and sometimes they enjoy on the back of the bulls. The same he was doing, okay, when he was a child. And what he says, that as long as he obeyed his father, means here he says that he, as a child, what you children or we also used to do generally, what we are taught at home, what the parents ask us to do, or the customs what we are asked to follow, we are restricted only to that, okay, we don't go beyond that boundary. So here also same, he also used to obey his father, and he was also following all the customs and the rules of his own tribe to which he belonged, isn't it? And the he never faced any problems as such that time when he was obeying his customs, following it. And that time he was restricted only to those rules, so he was not getting any of the problems faced by any other laws made by man or God. He was not knowing that, even as he was restricted in his own childhood happiness. Now, next para. It was only when I began to learn that my boyhood freedom was an illusion, when I discovered as a young man that my freedom had already been taken from me, that I began to hunger for it. At first, as a student, I wanted freedom only for myself. the transitory freedoms of being able to stay out at night, read what I pleased, and go where I chose. Later, as a young man in Johannesburg, I yearned for the basic and honorable freedoms of achieving my potential, of earning my keep, of marrying and having a family, the freedom not to be obstructed in a lawful life. So, childhood life is what I explained you now. Now, what he says, when he grew little big, okay, what he realized the restrictions, and he felt the hunger for freedom. Okay, so in his boyhood, he began to learn that freedom, what he thought in the beginning, it was only an illusion. Illusion means something that appears to be real, but it is not. Okay, we feel, oh yeah, it's real, but nah, it's just an illusion. So that was only a freedom to him in the beginning. And after, when he grew up, he discovered that his freedom had been taken away. He was feeling restrictions everywhere. Okay, and at first, as a student, when he entered in the student life, he wanted freedom only for himself. Means that time he never bothered for what the people are facing there or nothing about that, because he just wanted freedom for himself. That were also the transitory freedoms. Those freedom were also transitory, means not permanent. Okay, so what type of freedom he just needed? That were, he wanted to stay out at night. Okay, so that he may read what he wanted to read, whatever he was feeling happy in doing, and to go anywhere, wherever he wanted to. And after he lived in Johannesburg, okay, that time he had to face many more troubles in that place, and he wanted to achieve everything on his own terms. What he wanted to do there in Johannesburg? He wanted the basic freedoms for what? Of achieving his potential of earning my keep. Means he wanted to keep the earnings, whatever he was earning, everything he wanted to keep for himself. And then, as a normal person, he wanted to marry and settle his life, okay, have a family, and even he wanted all this, okay, freedom, and that too without any obstructions, that no one should restrict him for doing all such things which was related to his own personal life. So he never wanted any laws or any rules to be restricted upon him doing all such things. Next para, children. But then I slowly saw that not only was I not free, but my brothers and sisters were not free. I saw that it was not just my freedom that was curtailed, but the freedom of everyone who looked like I did. That is when I joined the African National Congress, and that is when the hunger for my own freedom became the greater hunger for the freedom of my people. It was this desire for the freedom of my people to live their lives with dignity and self-respect that animated my life, that transformed a frightened young man into a bold one, that drove a law-abiding attorney to become a criminal, that turned a family-loving husband into a man without a home, that forced a life-loving man to live like a monk. Okay, so let's try to understand till here what's given over there. After this, okay, when he grew and when he started learning that how to enjoy the freedom, okay, how to enjoy the life, for actually at first he just wanted for himself, that was not permanent, okay, transitory freedom he needed. But slowly he realized that that not only himself but all the people, all his brothers and sisters, means all the people of South Africa, they were facing the same challenges. And it was not only his freedom was being reduced or curtailed, means he was not only the one who couldn't enjoy all his freedoms, but everyone who looked like him, means all the black skinned people, they too were treated in the same way by the whites, and they couldn't enjoy their freedom. That is, after that, okay, seeing this pitiable situation of the people, he realized everything, and then he joined the African National Congress. Okay, now he tried to rebel against that, and when the hunger of his own freedom, now what he was thinking about his own freedom, it became more greater hunger. Now he wanted the freedom not only for himself but for his whole society and the community, the black skinned people who were facing the problems over there. So this was the desire, it was this desire for the freedom of his people, that he wanted his people to live the life of dignity. He wanted that they should live the life with respect, self respect they should have. Okay, and that completely changed his own life. Transformed means changed. Okay, in what way he got completely transformed or changed? See, a frightened young man into a bold one. Before, okay, this entering into this society and feelings of the people, he was quite just not that much brave. He was too fearful. He was a